Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. I've got something I think you're going to love today. It's something that we can make that our grandkids or our kids will like. And well, just follow me down here to my table and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And let me tell you this though, it has to do with Disney a little bit, and it also has to do with Halloween, as you can tell behind me. So again, follow me down here and let me show you. Okay, this is the super cute card we're going to make. I haven't put it all together yet, so I'm going to do that in a little bit. But I think it's super cute. But the thing that I really like about it is, since it's black and white, your child, if you send it to them, they can color it here, or if you want to color it before you send it to them, you can. So I just have a bunch of colored pencils here that I like to use. So I'm just going to start coloring a little bit on this, just to play around a little bit. Some of you may really like to color, so you'll probably want to do these before you send them. But again, you know, your child can do this, or your grandchild, or just a neighborhood friend. If you send it to them, they can color it, or of course they can leave it black and white because it looks super just like that. So I'd continue coloring this with my crayons, or again, as I said, what I'm using here are colored pencils. This is a set that I really like to use, although any color pencil will work. I just have these because I've taken a few classes, and this was the brand that we were supposed to have. It's called Prismacolor. I'll have a link for it down below for you if you're curious to see what I'm using. But again, any colored pencils would work. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So I think I would just continue coloring this purple color. And then I'll leave it out so I have it and remember which one I did. What I might do then is, just because it's kind of eerie, is to use this kind of, I don't know, what color is this? This green color here for that part, and maybe for the neckerchief that she has on. Let's see, for her little outfit, I might use that same purple, just make it darker. Just make it really dark. So I could do this. But again, the colors are all up to you and whether you decide to pencil it in or not. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you where I got this image. You're not going to believe it. I've got to quit coloring here. All right, I'll stop. So let's go look at my screen and I'll show you where I got this image right here. Okay, this is where I got this image. I went to a website called dingbatdepot.com. And when I was there, what I did was I searched for Halloween. And lo and behold, the Disney ones came up, and I thought they were super, super cute. So all I did was I said download right here, downloaded them into my computer, and then, as you know, I need to restart either Cricut Design Space or Silhouette Studio or any program that I'm using these fonts for, so that they'll be reinstalled or installed into that program, I should say. So again, what I was trying to say was, when you download these, make sure that you restart whatever program you intend to use these in so they do show up. All right, so let's go to Silhouette Studio. Here we are. And as you'll notice, I have all the pieces here for you, and I'm going to give these to you over on my website, pattyansplace.com. And you can get these over there, or you can make your own, and I'm going to show you how to do that in Silhouette. It's not as easy to do this in Cricut Design Space, so I highly, highly recommend you get this program to use for your Cricut machine. It works perfectly. All right, so excuse me, here's the one that I used, Minnie Mouse. So what I did was I came over here to the text tool on the left first, clicked on that, and then just came over here and clicked in a letter just because I could. Then I highlight that letter and I come over here way on the right hand side where the text style panel is. And I clicked on that, and the last font that I used was Scary Halloween font. That was one I got from dafont.com, and that's the one that I used to write the word boo. You can use any text that you have or you want to use. But if you want that one, it's Scary Halloween font from dafont.com. Now, where I found these after I downloaded them was way up here in alphabetical order where it's the D's. This is Disney Halloween. So notice that letter that I typed in there was changed to a different image, and I can make that bigger. And I could make this a print then cut if I wanted to. Now some of these aren't as good as others. Like look at her eyes. Let's scroll way in. Her eyes are a little bit messed up. You might want to fix those in Design Space if you were, or not in Design Space, in Silhouette if you were going to use this image. You would probably want to go ahead, let me make this smaller. You'd probably want to go ahead and trace this. So I'd go over here to the image or the thing that looks like a piece of bread to me or a piece of toast. Click on that and then select the trace area and trace. And that looks like a pretty good trace. So I would just say trace. And then, oops, I got to click off and then click back on. I can get rid of this one that's was my original, delete it. And now, of course, we could go in here if we wanted to and see any of these spots that we'd like to fix, like around the eyes. So this would involve using the nodes, if you're familiar with using nodes. If you're not, you need to sign up for some of my classes because we use the nodes a lot there. And we're going to be able to fix some of these things just by deleting some of these nodes that are in here that we don't need. Okay, so look at that eye. It's already fixed up right there. And I could fix up these jagged edges as well. And there's a messed up place right here where we'd probably want to join these nodes. But this could be for a different class. And so I don't recommend that you use this one right away. So let's scroll out on this one. And I'm just going to delete it, hitting delete on my keyboard. So I'm going to see what else I can find in that same area. So I'm going to come back over here and I've got to type in the Disney. There it is again, Disney Halloween. Now, the fabulous thing about using this software is we can easily see what all these different things are without having to type out the letters of the alphabet and just willy-nilly guess. And the way we do that is by going up here to this middle button, and I think you have to have Designer Edition or Business Edition of the software for this to be to work. You won't see this in those lower levels. So I'll click on the glyphs, and then I can just scroll through here, and I can see all of these things that are available. So let's just see. Now I have this slider bar set to large because see it can be really small where you can barely see what the things are, but then you can increase it so it's easier to see what these little glyphs are, and you can also hover over them to see something. So that's the Minnie that we use. So let's just bring her in so I can show you how to use her. So I double clicked on her and she came in up here, and then I resized her so she was going to fit on the card that I needed. So you don't need to know all these dimensions right now because honestly you could just grab mine and use it from over on my website, but I would change the dimensions of this. Okay, if you'll notice right here, my Minnie has a white offset around her, and that's what we're going to work on next. Then I also made a black offset that you can see here that's going to go behind her as well, because I think that really makes it pop up nicely on the orange card. So let's look up at my screen now, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So here we have our Minnie, and we're going to select her. And I'm going to come to the offset tool, which is over here on the very right. It looks like a star with an offset on it. Click on that, and that opens up this offset panel up here. And I'm just going to click on the word offset. And notice it puts an offset all the way around her, but there's some parts in it I don't really want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Minnie and take her out. And then what I can do with this one, there's several ways I could do this. I could double click on this and go through here and start getting rid of all of these nodes. So an easy way to get rid of all of these instead is just to click on it and come up here and say Object, Release Compound Path, and that puts little boxes around everything. And then I can just right click on it and say Weld. And that's perfect. That's exactly what we want, other than we want to change it to white. So I'm going to highlight it again, and I'm going to come up here to the color swatch and change it to white. And then I'm going to bring Minnie back over here, and that's perfect. Okay, if I want to center these, what I need to do now is notice when I click on her, it puts a big box all the way around her. All I have to do is right click on that and say Release Compound Path, which makes it all black, and then right click again and say Make Compound Path. That makes it perfect. And now notice the box fits around her perfectly. So I can now bring her over here and, oopsie, just grab those two and come up here to the little bullseye tool and center. Perfect, just like that. And then I can group them, right click and group. Now what I might want to do now, and I am going to do now, is I'm going to click on this again, and I'm going to offset it again with the black offset, because I really like how that looked. So I'm coming over here again to the star, which opens the offset panel, just saying offset. It made the next one. So now I'm just going to select that, which is already selected, and change it to black. And that's just how I want it to be. Now you may be noticing those little red lines in there that might be bothering you, but they're not to worry about. Nothing's going to happen with them, but I can change them to transparent if you'd like, and you like it like that better. Okay. So let me scroll out. And obviously I've made her too big this time. Whoopsie. I got to group that together. But again, I'll give you the dimensions for that, because notice she's not going to fit on this anymore. So I would have to make her smaller to fit on this. And I'll have to right click on her and say bring to the front, and there she is. Okay, so let me show you how I do this box right here, okay? Because I'm sure a lot of you would like to know that. So the dimensions of this box are approximately 4, or they're exactly 4 times 5.25. So I'm just going to make a box, and I'll make it orange if I want to, maybe a light orange. And I'm going to make it about 4 inches wide, and hit enter. And then I'll just leave the width be whatever it is, because we're going to mess with that at the very end to make sure it's exactly how we want it to be. Now, if you have the business edition, and I think you have to have the business edition to do this, you come over here to the knife tool on the very left, and you're going to click on the knife tool and come up here to where there's a drop-down menu, and I'm going to get square. Now, make sure that auto apply is not checked. It's checked. I do not want it checked. So now I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to draw. And just like that. And I think I'd like this to be a little darker color so you can see it more clearly. There we go. All right. So let's zoom in a little bit more. And here's the thing. We also want to make sure something else is not turned on. In case your knife line is jerking around, like hitting onto certain things, what you might need to do is to come up here to the page setup panel, and when you're here, go to where it shows a grid and make sure that you don't have snap to grid turned on or snap to guides turned on. You want them unchecked. All right. So now what I'm doing is I'm trying to make sure that the last thing on the side is an uppy, one that goes up or out, an outie, okay? So I have an outie there, but look, this is an innie. So that is not what we want. We want an outie and an outie. So what I'm going to do, instead of trying to stretch and play with my knife tool, I'm going to take my orange box and I'm going to change that so that it gets to having the last thing being an outie. So we have an outie here and an outie there. So that's perfect. And we want to make sure, let me scroll in so you can see, we want to make sure that it ends, that the knife tool goes outside on all parts. So in other words, if I click on this knife tool and move it in with my arrow keys, that's not going to work well at all like that. I need to have the knife tool so I can see a little bit of space just like that. And I should be able to see it down at this side as well. Okay, that's perfect. I could make this a little bit longer if I want to, so it's just a little hair bit outside. There we go. All right, and now I'm going to scroll back in so I can see. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this all, and now I'm going to apply the knife tool to this. And now you can see exactly what I have, and I can get rid of these. So now what I'm going to do is, how am I going to make the other side look exactly the same? That's easy. I'm going to click on it, hold down my Alt key, and drag another one. Then I'm going to right click on it and just say flip horizontally. So now I have these two and they're exactly the same. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab both of them and I'm going to come up here to the align tool and I'm going to say align bottom. So both of them are perfectly aligned. And now I'm going to grab both of them and just say weld. So now they're just one thing. So now we have to do the same thing with the top and the bottom. So again, I'm going to come over here to the knife tool, make sure that auto apply is not on, and I'm going to click right here because I want to have an outie right here as the last one. So I'm going to scroll in a little bit closer so you can see. Take the knife tool and just grab across here like that. Now, again, I want to have an outie right here, I think. It's up to you. Maybe you want to have that go in right there. But I want it to be an outie. So I'm going to have to go ahead and grab this orange block and going to have to change its size. So there's an outie on both sides. Now, right now there's an innie over here. And you'll get to feeling what this is like. Once you do it once or twice and it messes up, you'll learn quickly. So there's that. Now the problem is, look at this. This right here is going to cut into this outie, and I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the knife tool, and I'm going to move it out so it's not doing that anymore. There we go. Perfect. Now, my knife tool, these are closer together than these, and that doesn't bother me. You can mess with that by doing this tool right here, if you like. But of course, that just messed up my outies. I'd have to rearrange them again. There we go. I think we're back to okay. Now, they are going to be skinnier, but that's okay with me. That doesn't bother me at all. So now all I have to do is go ahead and grab both of these and say apply. Perfect. There's that. And I can delete this piece. And now what I can do is simply click on this one, hold down my Alt key, whoops, and make a duplicate. And let me scroll out so we can see. And boy, those are really a lot smaller, but that's okay. That's just something that you can play with. Now this one here, I'm going to right click on it and say flip vertically. Okay, now it's going to be just like this. So I can align these up really well, like that. And I'm going to scroll in to see if they're really well aligned. Okay, honestly, that looks perfect. So I'm going to just scroll back out and say weld. Right click and say weld. So there we have it. But remember, we wanted the size to be what? 4 inches. So I'm going to change this one to 4 right now and see what happens. 4 inches. And we wanted the other dimension to be 5.25. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to unlock the lock and make this part say 5.25. Enter. So there is your piece. It's the exact same size of this one. I just did the little boxes a little bit different, but you know, it's kind of fun that way to do them differently. So on this one then, let's see, this would go like this. If you hold down your shift key, it kind of bops right into place, straight up and down. So I'd bring Minnie over here. Let's get the smaller one that I made originally, because she fits. And get the boo text. And she must be hiding over here somewhere. There she is. Oh, this is, I don't need this. This went with this Minnie. Here's the Minnie we want now. And we could put this however we like it. We could offset it like that if we like. Whatever, you could center it. And then what would happen was this would all get grouped together. Group. And all of this would fit onto a card front like that. So that's how easy it is. If you're having troubles and issues, please leave me a comment down below this video. Also, be sure to join us over in patreon.com, where we are learning so much about using this software for our Cricut machines and our Silhouette machines. And we're having a blast. Every Saturday we have a live class, and I promise you, you will learn so much. You will be loving your machine. So thanks a lot for joining me. If you do like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. Remember, this file is free for you over on my website. Also, when you download the zip file that has the free file in it, the Read Me First file will tell you exactly what dimensions to make something if you want to make your own. However, you'll already have your own there, and you can just use it to find the sizes too. So, again, thanks for joining me.